What's going on, soul siblings? This is yours truly, the James Gardoza, owner, operator, creator for Patrick's, aka Ambassador Light. Back at it again, reading from the Bible. I'm Daily Stoic. Usually what I would do is I'd try to keep my videos under 3 minutes, because I download the video from Facebook, and then I post it on Instagram, or for some reason it always tells me it's only going to share the first 3 minutes of the video, which is fine. Because the goal for Instagram is to reach 1,000 followers so I can do live videos. So in the morning, when I'm sharing my Proverbs, I can go live on Instagram. We're at about 835, so I got a little bit of ways to go. But if you're out there and you're listening and you want to help support the cause, invite your friends, invite your family, share my videos. Let's get to 1,000. And let's get those daily Proverbs every day live on. You said it. So, we got August 26th, Mark 10, 35 through 52. Mark 10, 35 through 52. If you remember from yesterday's video, I was talking about how I like to read from the Daily Stoic. It's a little warm-up for my brain. Even though a lot of the words I'm not always able to pronounce, this reminds me, but it's alright. You know, we're trying. We're doing our best. Remember I said, something happens when something changes. Everything changes. Not sure what it's going to be. Maybe it'll just be me. Maybe it'll just be my perspective on the way I show up in the world. A little happier, a little brighter, a little more knowledgeable in something, right? Seeking out shipwrecks. I was shipwrecked before I even boarded. The journey showed me this: how much of what we have is unnecessary, and how easily we can decide to rid ourselves of these things whenever it's necessary, never suffering the loss. Zeno, widely considered to be the founder of the school of Stoicism, was a merchant before he was a philosopher. On a voyage between two places, his ship sank along with his cargo. Zeno ended up in Athens, and while visiting a bookstore, he was introduced to the philosophy of Socrates, and later an Athenian philosopher named Crates. These influences drastically changed the course of his life, leading him to develop the thinking and principles what we now know as Stoicism. According to the ancient biographer Diogenes Zeno joked, "Now that I've suffered shipwreck, I'm on a good journey." Or according to another account, "You've done well, fortune driving me thus to philosophy." He reportedly said the Stoics weren't being hypothetical when they said we ought to act with a reverse clause, and that even the most unfortunate events can turn out to be for the best. The entire philosophy is founded on that idea. Choo-choo. 35 through 52, Mark 10. Jesus teaches about serving others. Then James and John, the sons of Zebedee, came over and spoke to him. "Teacher," they said, "we want you to do us a favor." What is your request?" he asked. They replied, "When you sit on your glorious throne, we want to sit in place of honor next to you, one on your right and the other on your left." But Jesus said to them, "You don't know what you are asking. You are able to drink from the bitter cup of suffering I am about to drink. Are you able to be baptized with the baptism of suffering I must be baptized with?" "Oh yes," they replied, "we are able." Then Jesus told them, "You will indeed drink from my bitter cup and be baptized with my baptism of suffering. But I have no right to say who will sit on my right or my left. God has prepared those places for the ones he has chosen." When the 10 other disciples heard what James and John had asked, they were indignant So Jesus called them together and said, "You know that the rules in this world lord it over their people, and officials flaunt their authority over those under them. But among you, it will be different. Whoever wants to be leader among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first among you must be the slave of everyone else. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve others, and to give his life as a ransom for many." Jesus heals a blind beggar. Then they reached Jericho, and Jesus and his disciples left town. A large crowd followed him. A blind beggar named Bartimaeus, son of Timaeus, was sitting beside the road. When Bartimaeus heard that Jesus of Nazareth was nearby, he began to shout, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." "Be quiet," many of the people yelled at him. But he only shouted louder, "Son of David, have mercy on me." When Jesus heard him, he stopped and said, "Tell him to come here." So they called the blind man. "Cheer up," they said. "Come on, he's calling you." Bartimaeus threw aside his coat, jumped up, and came to Jesus. "What do you want me to do for you?" Jesus asked. "My rabbi," the blind man said, "I want to see." And Jesus said to him, "Go, for your faith has healed you." Instantly the man could see, and he followed Jesus down the road. Right on, guys. So here's the deal. I didn't really read from the descriptions, but I would recommend that you get into your Bible. And if you're struggling understanding, you can buy a study Bible. There's a lot of types of Bibles out there. I can't imagine any way of searching God, seeking to serve Jesus being a bad way. But I will say this. Did you notice I'm not the most proficient at reading from the Bible? I struggle with reading some of the names, some of the places. I just want to encourage you, if you're feeling silly about it, don't. Can't be any sillier than I am. So, I highly recommend that if you're not reading the Bible, try reading it online. Try reading in front of others. Try showing that you're not worried about the opinions of others as much as you're worried about pleasing God. And tag me in the video so I can watch your videos and support you. Support the cause. Again, it's not always about us. And like the Bible said right here, "You know that the rulers in this world lord it over their people, and officials flaunt their authority over those under them. But among you, it will be different. Whoever wants to be a leader among you must be your servants." So those who want to lead, gotta learn to serve. So, it's definitely a humbling scenario, but that's definitely, I think, how we should choose our leaders, right? Those who serve others best. So, hope you enjoyed my reading from today, Mark 10:31 through 52, and also the Daily Stoic. That being said, my friends, as always, take care, God bless. Everybody loves you.